some point when I have to meet such huge talents, speak to such huge talents, people that I've been following for quite some time, I usually crumble. So I'm just hoping that I don't embarrass you guys, Vox and Lloyd. But I'd really like to say, warm, very special welcome to Capo. I'm really looking forward to this. You are one of my, I would say, musical, for a lack of a better term, crushes. So I'm really just excited to hear how this night just unfolds. So thank you for honoring the invite. And I'm really looking forward to getting to know you, I think, a little bit more than what I know already in terms of the musical side of you. So yeah, thank you.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
Now, shout out to the other co-host of Everything House Music, Miss LP. Thanks for joining us. Miss LP is a wonderful and amazing DJ. Please, if you're looking for a DJ, Miss LP is the first person you should be booking. So, as I was saying, the Capo, regarding the remix, right? So you've had the pleasure of doing some rework on an artist like Upuza Kemis. We had Play Cough a couple of months ago on the space, and one of the wonderful things that he did is actually buy into Igalo. Could you share from your side how amazing perhaps that feels as a young black producer in SA, that we have the privilege now of going back into our own music and just remaking our own music and living off of it? Thank you.
Man, it's such an honor, like, and a privilege as well, to be doing that, because we grew up, jamming to the music, and it kind of like played a huge role, in our music career. So if it was honestly, like, if it was up to me, like, I would basically do like an album, of like remixes, like remixing like these classic songs. Like I would basically like choose like my top 10, just to, like show appreciation of how much, like, the song has played a huge role in our career, like in our lives, growing up. I mean, like growing up, like I grew up in the hood. There was not really much going on in the hood, but what kept us alive was like the music. What kept us all together was, the music, and it was like unity, in my community. So like I would really, it would really be an honor. I would like really want to ask like Nati, for rights to remix other songs, because yeah, man, like I was very privileged, to actually be part of the Gallo remixes, and honestly, I would really do it again if it was up to me.
No, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. I mean, the crates and crates that Igalo has is something else. It's definitely something else. I think we look forward to more remakes of those classics that have been around in our times, and that have been for the longest time a part of our lives, which you've grew up to, as you mentioned. So thanks for sharing that. Just to go a bit ahead, go off a bit forward in terms of music. We have so many sounds in South Africa right now at Capo. We have, you have your deep, we have your house music, we have your gqom, we have amapiano. On your side, as the legend you are, as a traveled producer and DJ, what is your stance with our house music in South Africa? We tweet about it, we talk about it, we converse about it, how amazing it is from Tina as fans. But what's your take on it? And how is the rest of the world also grasping our music from your side? Thank you.
Okay, yeah, that's a really important question. Wow, man. Like South African musicians are very, very talented. Firstly, I would really like to say that like there's bunch of talent like in the whole world, and there's so much respect, coming out of the entire world. You know, recently, while I was traveling, you know, when I go to like different spaces, it could be Europe, it could be like North America, or it could be Asia. Like people are talking about like what's in the spaces, and I'm very happy about like what the Amapiano culture is doing, because it has actually played a huge role, and the world is even recognizing that. So that means like our music is actually very recognized all over the world, and in my space as well, like Afro House, it's actually pushing and kind of like dominating in other spaces of the world. And you find Gom as well, like with DJs such as DJ Leg. He's traveling the world playing Gom, you know what I mean? So it means like our music is really banging, from all territories of the world, and that really makes me like really, really proud, and I'm really proud to be like South African.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think there's no time to be prouder than now, with the amount of music that we're actually making, with the class also, with the class of music and and the perfection of the music that we make. I think we just on a different level note. But before we carry on, the Capo, our time is normally 2 hours. Ne? So, mina ngicela ukubuza from your side, how long do we actually have, so that we can even give everyone who's in the space enough time to actually just talk to you and give a few words to you. How long do we have with you? Thank you.
Initially I requested for an hour, but Ubuga asked if we can rock like extra 30 minutes. So we can do like an hour 30. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it.
Perfect. Thank you. So I'll give my last question, and then I'll pass on the mic, because there's a few questions also in the suggestion box. So quite recently, Spring Fiesta, you had your own stage. Imagine that. You had your own stage. Please take us through that feeling. I want to know, how did that come about, and what is the way forward also, regarding you having your own stables, having your own events. Thank you.
Wow, man. It was really like a privilege and honor for me to host a stage at Spring Fiesta. I mean, I wouldn't have done this, without the team. Initially this was a concept that is um, um, started by, created by the team actually. You know, the idea was to, create Bakoni, which represent us. Bakoni, it's like a representation of, like our clans, like as Bapedi, but we wanna, we wanna like broaden it up. It mustn't be only about tribes, but it must be about music in general. So this is like a representation of our music, which is like Afro, tribal sounds, to the world. And we were very privileged to actually have a stage at Spring Fiesta. It was such a party. I was blown away by the turnout. It looked so amazing. And yeah, thank you to everybody that actually supported the Bakoni stage. And this is a concept that it's not only about like Spring Fiesta, but it's a concept that we're going to share with the rest of, Africa. We're going to tour with it. And yeah, we initially um going to represent our music and our culture, to the whole entire Africa, even globally as well, if it reached that level. So yeah.
No, thanks for sharing that. I look forward to seeing Bakone even more and prosper and fly even further, brother. I think that was amazing, man. I think that was amazing to see you actually do that. So shout out to that. That is something else. Thank you for sharing that. Because we have one lady on the panel, I'll give her the mic. Let's give Miss LP the mic first, And then amagents azolandela. Yeah. Miss LP, please unmute. The platform is yours.
Are we going to do this every week? I keep saying to you, you need to save the best for last, but it's fine. I'll take it. Thanks. So I think for me, for now, I'll just leave it at two questions. The first thing is just in terms of, so obviously the producers that you've worked with, if you can maybe tell us, who do you look up to as a producer that you've worked with, as well as those that maybe you haven't worked with that you basically aspire to working with in future?
Okay, I'm such a big fan of FKA Mesh's production, and we we worked on a song. I think it's going to be on his upcoming project, if I'm not mistaken. And there's like quite a few producers that I look up to, who like inspire me. Like they inspire my sound and my production as well. Just to name a few, um, I'm in love with Eno Napo's production. I'm in love with Argento Dust's production. Sun L musician. Um, who else? Yeah, I think those are like my, like ideally people that I, jam to. Like I even jam like most of the music at shows, you know. And there are others like I don't want to say upcoming producers. They are upcoming producers because I don't believe in like upcoming producers. Um, Chronic Chronicle Deep, I love his music, and I also jam to Edward Edward's music. So I'm really in love with the gents music, and it's local, uh, and yeah, that's pretty much what I vibe to.
Thanks for that. One thing I'm also very curious about, and it's something that I always wonder, especially with house DJs, house producers, in your specific instance, just tapping into Afro house or Afrotech, depending on what people want to call it. But if you weren't producing Afro house, what type of music do you think you would be producing?
Deep house. I'll be producing deep house music. Um, I do produce deep house as someone else. Um, but yeah, ideally deep house. I think I love I'm so much in love with deep house. Like honestly, like I think if it wasn't because of deep house, I wouldn't even be making house music. Like deep house was my first love. When I started making house music, I was inspired by deep house music. So yeah, I would say deep house.
Okay, so sorry, there's something else that you actually said that sparked this question now. So you spoke about Afro House and the reception university. Let me put it that way. Do you think that South Africa is eating up, Afro House as much as it's been eaten up in other parts of the world? Um, and then obviously yes or no, but also, what do you think? What more could we do as producers, DJs, to change that narrative? Because it seems as though, to a certain degree, I suppose, Afro House is a bit of a niche type of, I would say, genre. What could we do better or more as producers and DJs in South Africa to kind of change that narrative that Afro House is more international than it is local?
Yeah, I think Afro House will have its chance like in the right time, like at the right time actually. Um, Unfortunately, right now it's not yet the time. It'll pick up. I think we just need to change like quite a few things. Which is like releasing music more frequently and growing the culture and uniting, and doing more collabs together. That would definitely grow the culture, as much as other genres, like they're pushing. Um, yeah, generally, I think, that's about it. It doesn't really need like a stretch or anything. We just need to work on the music, work on, releasing music and not keeping the music exclusive, like sharing the music with the fans. Because yes, I know I'm part of the gang that usually never releases music, but we're definitely going to fix that. And yeah, I mean, as long as we can feed the fans with the music, I think, and feed the fans with the music as well as try to be versatile, with the production as well. And yeah, I think the culture will grow. It'll get there.
Okay, I wanted to ask a follow-up, but I think we've got hands that are up. So for now, I'm going to rest. Thank you so much.
Shout out to Miss LP. This wouldn't be as amazing as it is if it wasn't for her. So thank you so much, Miss LP, for gracing us yet again with your wonderful presence. I'll see some hands up. I see some hands up. But before I go to the hands, shout out to Sondela. Mr. Sondela's here, safe. Shout out to Safe all the way in the UK, as well as Kitty. Kitty Amo is also here. So shout out. Thank you for joining us, and shout out to everyone else who's a music lover, who's also a Da Capo lover, and who's also the other Elias lover. So shout out to you for coming through and joining us and on Everything House Music. So we'll give the mic to Lloyd, and then we'll give the mic to Martino. As I said, please raise your hands so that at least I can recognize you, and then you don't seem like I'm not ignoring you. So yeah, we'll do it that way. Lloyd, unmute, Nja.
Yes. Before I actually ask a question, the current speakers, guys, on the panel, yes, please raise your hands, guys, so we know. People like Innocent probably requested by mistake. We know Rockstar is always here, so please raise those hands so that we can recognize y'all. Why are you guys overshadowing the other alias, Aquatone Dap, as if it's a secret? You guys are moving between the sheets. Like, why are you guys overshadowing it? Like it's a secret. Is it a secret? Da Capo?
Yo,
Kerle ba
yo,
le
this
ya
is
taba e
this
bana.
is no Tabaya Gerkia Da Capo. It's not about the other dude.
Hey, we didn't invite the other
We
alias
didn't
here.
invite
So
the
Mara
other
mara na
alias.
kere ingisha kwa deep house kwa. So tshwanetse ke no e khoma. Tshwanetse ke e swara. Wa bona? Mara re ke e tlogele. Re tla swara before tsamaya. Re tla swara before tsamaya. Nhlakanipho.
Sharp.
Nhlakanipho. You are the
Hola,
first
hola,
person.
hola. Am I audible?
Yes, you are the first person I've seen have drafted questions. You even posted a screenshot on the
Yeah.
chat box. So I'm
Oh,
gonna
thank you
give you
for the
that opportunity.
thank you for the opportunity, my man, and good evening to the Everything House Music family. Good evening to tonight's guest, Da Capo. Evening to other speakers as well as the listeners. So Da Capo, I have three questions for you. So the first one is, what goals do you have for your first few songs during the time you were making them? So did you just want songs that you will share and call them your own? Or secondly, did you want songs that were going to compete with other songs like in the same genre or kind? Let's start with that one first.
Shosho Nhlakanipho. So, at first, this was like a hobby, you know. It was not something very serious. It started becoming serious when when we started having record labels, you know. I mean, for me, it was only about to share, the music with the people, just to share the talent with the people. That was about it. But when it started involving like the business side of music, that's when it took the other direction, you know. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, so with that kind of start, would you say that it helped you to actually like learn certain things about your craft and everything? Like some would say, going with quantity over quality at times, it helped you to sort of like grow, learning your stuff, perfect your craft and everything. So how's that?
Yeah, that's true. What initially perfected my craft was, like competition, you know. I mean, at that time when I, started to, blow up in the spaces, there was like quite a few dope producers who like were really, producing bangers at that time, So it's all about like keeping up all the time, you know. It's all about making sure that you deliver, like quality music because at the end of the day, competition is pretty tough. So you got to keep up all the time.
Okay, I get that. Or the second one is, have you ever learned something related to music production? So that will be music theory, sound design, or mixing from YouTube. And what was the thing that you learned from YouTube between the three that I've mentioned?
Okay. It's funny because I just started learning, from YouTube this year, which is, like mixing and mastering techniques, you know. The production side of it, not really, because I think there's not really much to learn on the production, but mixing and mastering, there are like some technicalities that you really need to follow. You cannot do everything by your head, you know. At the end of the day, there's in music, there's theory and there's also like practical. So you have to like learn the theory side of music in order to understand, the mixing and mastering technique.
Yeah, okay, I get you. So with the stuff that you do, like the chords and everything, so is it trial and error? You do it by ear. If it doesn't sound good, you get off it, and then if it sounds good, you stick to it.
Yeah, everything I do it by ear. If it sounds good, I stick with it. If it doesn't, I get rid of it. So all the music comes from the head.
Okay, I get you. So the one last question is, do you agree with the statement that will say one needs certain third-party plugins to make music of a higher quality or standard? If you don't agree with the statement, from the music that you have made, let's say since 2016 when you released Touch EP until now, can you give songs that you made with just built-in instrument plugins? And if, however, you used third-party plugins for just the drums and percussions, I can give an exception for that one.
There's only one song. The only one song that I remember that I made without any third party plugins. It's
Yeah,
all around 3D.
sure.
Um, it's I produced it with Fruity Loops, like with plugins from Fruity Loops. So there were no third party plugins or anything. So that would be the only song. But the rest of the songs and the material that I'm working on now, I think it depends. Generally, it depends, you know, on your style and technique of making music. If you prefer to use plugins from like a DAW, you know, any DAW, or and you don't want to use third party plugins, it's up to you. But if you want to use third party plugins, it's ideal, because sometimes it brings like a lot of quality within the music and it changes like your sound as well.
Okay, maybe I will also agree because if you will check out the demo songs that comes out with all the DAWs, they are pretty decent. Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay, so just
Nhlonipho.
yeah, we're
Hlonipho.
done. We're done. Thank you for the opportunity. Yeah.
Shout out mfana we swing sangempela mfana. Shout out. Thanks for coming and joining us.
Oh, he
Thank
came
you.
prepared, Shem. He came prepared.
Nah, nah. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Next up, let's give the mic to Martino. Martino, unmute a up. Mic check, Martino.
Ah, you know him. You know him. By the time you
Yeah,
forgot that we've asked about Martino is gonna unmute, watch. Just watch
yeah.
when.
Okay, let's pause. Let's pause. Let's give the mic to DJ Speechless. DJ Speechless, welcome to Everything House Music. Please unmute. The platform is yours.
I would like to greet everyone, and I would say it's an honor to be in this great music entertainment with the greatest, my favorite DJ, the Capo. So far, I would like to say that, like, the Capo, what has ever inspired you to, like, so far achieve a lot of things? Because as a DJ, you come through a lot of obstacles. DJs giving you fake promises and stuff, delaying you, always pushing you down to the point you think of giving up. What has given you the boost, like the confidence to, in order to achieve what you have achieved right now, as you have become an inspirator to me?
So okay, what actually inspired me to be where I am today is, like the goal and the vision, that I had for my career. I'm gonna start by let's take it back. I'm gonna take it back before house music. I used to do hip hop, so I used to be a rapper before house music. Um, I was still in high school at that time. I used to write and make beats as well. So during those times, you just have a like an intrapersonal communication with yourself. You're like, is this really what you want to do? That's what I did. Like, I was speaking to myself. I'm like, yo, is this really what I want to do? I mean, when you look like at hip hop at that time, it was not generally like a huge genre in South Africa, and I'm like, it's not really like within our culture. It's big in like United States, you know, and what makes me think that I'm gonna be better than like any kid from United States? That's when I decided to like switch up, and I'm like, you know what? Let me do, you know, this is house music. I feel like we as Africans and South Africans, we we kind of like, yes, we kind of like learned a new house music from Europe or whatever, but immediately when we were introduced to house music, like the DJs that came before us, like the first generation that came before us, through their compilations, they kind of like uh started a culture which were like house parties and parties, like house music was music that you would play. It's like a feel good type of music. I was like, I really want to be part of this culture. And I feel like if I become like a house music producer, maybe, I would, be successful. It was all about having visions and a goal. And that's where, it took me. And up until this day, hence I'm a house music DJ and producer.
So far, thanks for how you responded to my question. Because so far, as you say, your journey was as you started producing hip hop. Also, I'm still a local DJ. At my age as I am, I'm still a young kid from Hammanskral. So I'm a fan of Afrotech. I follow you. I follow Black Coffee. I follow a lot of Afrotech DJs because like I have been inspired, and so far I got a chance to know who I am and understand what I'm hoping for, what I'm trying to achieve. Because as we speak right now, I'm still in grade 12, and as I'm going to start my examinations, I feel like it's an honor talking to you. And like, as from this day, I think I'm just going to try and put more effort, try to produce more, and try to become like you. Because like so far I've been trying to become somebody else for almost 10 years, trying to be a DJ. Because where I live, a lot of people don't understand Afrotech, don't follow Afrotech. They listen to different musics, and that thing makes everything hard for me to become one of the greatest DJ in my kasi. So far I would say that I don't have much questions, but you have given me hope from today. And so far I would like to say thanks to the host of today. And like, yeah, the Capo, you very inspiring, and you inspire me a lot. Like, I just want to know that last question, like, how can I what can I do to order to be recognized? Because I have tried a lot of things. I have tried live videos, I have tried mixtapes, I have tried a lot of things. I even feel like I'm not worth it to become one of the greatest DJs, because like I'm trying to give my Kasi people music they don't know, but they like, I just want to give them something like, as Afrotech, it's a music that is exclusive. I just want to give them what they don't know, give them that music, that healing music that brings people together. Like, what can I do in a way that I can give them the music you produce, like, that heals people, brings nations together, as you can go international. Like, I just need something.
I think you had the answer, to the question. Give the people, what can actually heal them. It's up to you, my brother, honestly speaking. Like, everything starts, within you. What advice I could give you is that you need to start believing in your craft, like believe in your music. And if you have peers, friends, like around, you can share the music with them, and maybe they can enlighten you on, or directing you on if the music sounds good or not, or this is the right path that you are taking or not. So, for me, what I could tell you is that start believing more into your craft and your music, and then yeah, that's about it, man.
So far, I would say thank you. And in this thing of peers, I'm just not a person of friends. I don't have a lot of friends, because they think that I'm so pathetic. Maybe I'm a crazy person listening to a music that they don't understand at all. Like, they feel like I'm an outsider because they don't understand the music that I'm listening to.
Then I think just you can share, the rest of your music with the world. You can upload your songs on YouTube. You can upload your music everywhere where people can actually, check it out, and people can have opinions. Maybe that can actually boost, your self confidence. And you can also share the music with us, with Genesis as well. I see Dumelo is here. Dumelo Masebe. You can share it with him. You can share the email with you. You can drop your email or anything with the music. We'll check it out.
So far, I would say thank you. And right now, let me just go and study. So I say thank you, and thank you to everybody, and keep on inspiring guys like me, youngsters like me. And, I would say God should bless you with many years to come and give you more opportunities to show the world what you have, show the world the person you are. And I say thanks to God for having an opportunity to talk to you. And I would say thank you. Thank you. I don't know what to say. I would say thank you.
Much love, my brother. Truly appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Shout out to DJ Speechless. Thank you, man. That's what actually what Everything House Music stands for. It's the bridge between fan and artist. Shout out, thanks for joining us, and all the best regarding.
So much about being speechless, huh?
Shout
Uh,
out to good luck school wise, good luck music, and let us know. Come through or put you through on Everything House Music or the Deep House Space in Fanane. Shout out.
thank you.
So
Thank you. I appreciate it.
no chive, no chive. Okay. We are 52 minutes into this thing. The deeper I go, the more knowledge I know. Boga, Nka Mike, keep it at one question because, of course, we don't have enough time. But Boga, go ahead, please unmute.
That's just an indication to say buka o ringa ka bhaya mfana bua holo. But nevertheless, Nico, unsolo krenda buti, are you still good?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I can.
Thanks, my king. So we're gonna take it back. We're gonna take it back way before you do Afro House. Some people they are not aware that we did have house music, but also there was this specific genre, man, that was called tribal music. I understand. So I know that you were also part of it. I understand. I wish you could, like, if you can you take me through that journey of you going through tribal house music, but also you having your friendship or your partnership with Mr. 1083 and Punk Mbezi. Could you take me through that journey, how it was? Because I got to know you through that era. I understand. So yes, can you take me through that journey?
Wow, man, those were the days. Those were the really good days. Um, I started when I started making house music. It was I started with deep house, and there was a genre that was surfacing. During those years, I think it is, if I'm not mistaken, late 2008. Um, there was quite like a number of producers that were making music, and I never knew about them. And back then, before iTunes, before Spotify's, it was really hard, for us to get the music, because um there was only like a few websites where you could get music, and one of the biggest websites at that time was like Aphrodisia. Aphrodisia had like only tribal music, like all the tribal music from all around the world, like some killer songs that one wouldn't even think of. So I got inspired from that, to actually be part of the culture. And one of the guys that were pushing the sound, who was really, you know, dominating the scene at the time, I remember, was Kulo the Song, who played a huge role
Guys.
in the yeah, played a huge role in the music culture, more especially in the house music culture. Shout out to Kulo the Song. And in those spaces, we had like Abu Black Coffee, who were also pushing the sound too, and we had Abu Bodhisattva, and just to name a Mushroom Boys, Infinite Boys, just to name a few. And where I'm from, I'm from Seshego. I'm a Kasi kind of dude. There was a guy who was like one of the dopest DJs ever. Up to this day, I still call him like the dopest DJ in the world. 1083, Problem Child. I met Problem Child, Kokasi, and these are one of the guys who came forth and was like, "Yo, I'm really loving the sound that you're making." And he was a DJ at that time. I wasn't a DJ. I was just a young kid making music out of love. That's all. I never thought I would become a DJ at that point in my life. So I would, travel with him to a lot of gigs, and he would play my music at shows, and like people would go crazy. And that actually like paved a way for me to, become a DJ. He taught me how to be a DJ, and we kept pushing, and I also played a role, because we were also making music together. So I believe I played a role in inspiring him to make music as well. And you have people like Abo Peng Mbezi, who I met when I was at university. These are the guys that were like, "Yo, we can see you in the spaces. We also make music," and they shared the music, and that's how we generally became friends, and we started pushing the movement all together. And there was guys like Abu Dag, you know. These are guys like from Kokasi who were doing music, and we were like, oh snap. Wow, we really, doing this thing. And yeah, man, those were really like those were like good times, if I would say, like really, really good times. I enjoyed, and I was very privileged to meet these talented people because they actually paved a way for me to be where I am today.
I know, no, thank you very, very much, Rodman Laka. That was just an amazing story. Let me pack it there and not go further. But shout out to also Saki, shout out to Prasaki, Rodman Saki, shout out for making things happen. We thank you a lot. Voxman, yeah. Angzoipaga la pupu, shoot one. Angzoipaga da.
Shout out to Boga. Thanks for coming, bro. Thanks for grabbing the mic and being a part of everything house music. Next up, let's go to Black Swan. Black Swan, please unmute. Welcome to Everything House Music.
Thank you and hello to everyone. Firstly, I'd like to thank the Capo for being here. He's my favorite artist. Like, I love his music. I have two questions for the Capo. Firstly, I'd like to know if he has a song with Black Coffee or planning to work on a song with Black Coffee, because I know Aquatone has a remix with Black Coffee.
Wow, man. I don't have a song with Black Coffee, which is pretty weird. Like very, very weird. But yeah, I think I need to make. We are gonna make a song together. Hopefully for my next project. I'll just reach out to Gondwana just to hear if we can definitely make it happen. But we will definitely get it together.
Yeah, my last question, which I think you mentioned a bit about, is when can we expect that album? Yeah, that's the only question I have.
Yeah, the album. So I'm still working on the album, guys. Honestly speaking, I had so many challenges this year, due to the traveling. So it's very difficult, like, to find time, to put like a project together. And at the end of the day, this is a huge task for me because I feel like this needs to top Indigo Child, the Indigo Child album. So I figured that I really need to take my time, working on this solid project. But it's coming together. So far, so good. And I'm happy about it, and I'm happy with the process. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna release like a project very soon.
Before I go, Takapa, I wanted to know, is there any music that you'll be releasing in this year besides the album or anything else?
Yes, I'm going to release 2 singles from the album. Yeah, they're gonna be out, I think, in a month from now. Which is a single from the album. It's basically 2 singles from the album. So yeah, that's only the projects that I'm gonna be dropping this year, and hopefully a couple of remixes, because I've been working on plenty of remixes too. So yeah, just be on the lookout for that.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you for being here.
Appreciate it.
Shout out Black Sun. Thanks for coming through and being a part of Everything House Music. Let's give the mic to a lady. Let's give it back to the lady. I see Remolka, I see Martino, but Nelim Shongo, please unmute. Let us hear your voice, please.
Hi guys. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak. I've just got one question. I just want to know, what has been the hardest decision that you've ever had to make within your music career, or what has been your greatest challenge during your music career life? Yeah.
Hi, Miss Mtongo, slash Miss Mogashoa. Wow.
Ivan.
I think the biggest challenge in my music career was, or in my career, or in my life was having to choose between music and my studies. Um, I was I was doing my final year at University of Limpopo. I was studying communication and media. There was a point where, you know, I I think I had a I had a I had to choose between the two, you know. It's either I was gonna continue or further with my studies and work on a different department, or I'm gonna pursue my dream, like music, which is my dream, you know. So that was one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make in my life, you know, despite the fact that, you know, at home, your parents they're like, yo, you really need to finish school. We want to see a degree, because that's how every parent want their child to succeed, you know, to have you know, education. So it was a challenge for me because I had to go through a lot of ups and downs, like with my mom, regarding that. But I ended up, you know, choosing music and persuading her to believe in my dream, because it will pay. Um, it will pay, like, in the future and at the end of the day, and it did.
That's great. Thank you so much for answering my question, husband. Hope you have a great evening.
Even still shoot your shot. Anyway,
Interesting.
Wow.
Interesting. That wasn't expected at all. But Nedim Shongo, thank you for gracing Everything House Music. And please enjoy the rest of the evening with the husband, I guess.
Thank you so
Um, let's share the mic. Let's share the mic with Martino. Martino, is your mic good now?
I am a rat network.
Yo,
I'm
wait,
a
Martino
theater.
he even has my name on his bio. Mara, he can't grab the mic on Everything House Music. But anyway, let's go to Remolka. Remolka, unmute, brother. Welcome to Everything House Music.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, buddy, for giving me the opportunity. And good evening to everyone on space. Firstly, I'd just like to say thanks for Everything House Music to give us a platform like this to interact with with the guys who really inspiring us here within the industry. Hi, the Capo. How are you, bro?
I'm good, thanks. How are you, my brother?
I'm well, thanks. I've got a couple of questions. First question will be, what criteria do you follow in terms of deciding which song do you want to remix? And then, I think you answer that one, and then I'll pop up with another one afterwards.
With me, I think anything goes. I think, you know, like, you know, like when it comes to music, anything is possible. So I don't initially have like a criteria or a specific something that I like or whatever. But with me, anything that, you know, sounds good to my ear, then, you know, I go for it.
All right, awesome. And then next question will be, if you were not doing music, what else you think would be the option to do?
Wow. Nothing else but music. Nothing else but music. I mean, yo, I fell in love. I fell in love with music from a very early age. You know, like, yo, it's so unbelievable. You know, um, there there is nothing that made me more happier than music. You know, if as far as I could remember when I was very young, and I do not think, you know, when you when you have like a purpose in life, right? That's your purpose. It's your God given, you know, like your talent. You know, I figured that I'm very God given when it comes to music from a very early age, and that's what I was born to be, a musician, but nothing else.
All right, no, thanks, bro. Thanks, Box.
Shout out,
Sure.
Remolka. Remolka is also a DJ. So if you're looking for a DJ, please don't be shy. Don't be shy. Remolka is available. Naganjan. Shout out, brother. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. Who else is here? Horisani. Network. But let's hear you. Please unmute.
Sure, Vuxman. Feel
So,
lapho.
Yes.
Fresh. Good evening to everyone. I have actually one question and one statement. Ne, songs will statement. Praniko,
Sure. How's it, brother?
I'm fresh, man. After meeting you so many times in so many ways all over these years, I just have one statement ne, for you. And please, today, can you keep it? Kupa follow back and then sign me, my brother. Please, please. Please. I've met you so many times. Every time when I talk to you, you be like, Antona Ketlavetsa plan. I'll hook you up with this guy and this guy and this guy. Now you have your own thing. Please do that, man. I kidding. I also go this seat. And then my
No,
question
I'm gonna
is,
follow your term.
yeah, and my question is, Mfetu, like, what's the hold up come music, guys? Yo, whatever, like, Ning, I think it was 2 weeks back, Neluko Spring Fiesta. You played a dub version of Waking Up. Some of us don't even have the first remix. When I got up, hi, bruh. Don't do that to us, man. Yeah,
Okay.
thanks. That's all
You
I have
know,
to say, guys.
okay, sure. Yo, you know, sometimes, like as musicians, man, we struggled to have agreements with record labels. And that's what has been going on, with the Waking Up song. If you guys knew how much I wanted to like release that song, yo, and I still want to release that song. So we're still going through like, some legal processes because at the end of the day, it's a song by like one of the biggest artists. So it's very hard to get a hold of them sometimes. Sometimes the management they would get too busy, and that's the whole, process that would end up slowing us to release music. But we will fix it. We'll fix it. We'll probably fix like holding up the music part of it. And yeah, we'll get it together.
Shout out to Horisani the healer. Nice name. Thanks for joining us, brother. Just to share to everyone. So next week on Everything House Music, we're gonna be having Ulaz Baron Roth. I said it right. I think so. Yes, please join us next week on Everything House Music. He's coming to SA. Yes, he's coming to SA to celebrate 20 years of Deeper Shades of House. So we're going to be talking to him regarding his massive label and his time in the industry. So please join us. The link is already up. The poster is already up. So if you search Everything House Music, you'll never miss it at all. And then on Friday, on the Deep House Space, as always, 12 p.m. Please come through and join us. We have Nini Malux. Yes, Nini Malux. We're also going to have Utumi RE. Actually saw Utumi RE in the space. And then we're also going to have Tia White. Tia White. He's dropping a few songs which feature Ubone Mehle Makhulu. Yes, a wonderful song. So please come through on Friday for the Deep House Space. Okay. More hands. Okay, let's go to Descendant of Great People. What a name. Please unmute, brother. Welcome to Everything House Music.
Thank you, brother. How's it?
Fetu, we are Descendant of Great People. We are good.
Nice to hear. Thank you. First of all, let's say thank you to the crew. Personally, I love spaces where we can get closer to Lama artists because we are big fans, and speaking and hearing their voices is quite, makes us feel closer to them. So, my question to the Capo, and thank you again for giving us your time, sir. Is what is the criteria that you guys follow when it comes to like finding vocalists, because I'm very fascinated by how the Afrotech space can like get someone that does like Afro soul and bring them into this type of genre, the house genre, and make them shine so much and make us actually, you know, enjoy a different side of them. Yeah.
Yo, okay. So, with finding vocalists, I think it's generally the same method that, like all the musicians use. It depends if either like the vocalist is good enough to fit on your project, or they are not good enough to fit on your project. So, um, that's how we that's how we um find uh vocalists. How can I put this? Like, let's say, I would say I work differently. How I work is, um I prefer working on a vocal, than making a song from scratch and then putting or getting somebody to record it. But I prefer getting a vocal first and then, arranging and making a song on that vocal, so that I could initially arrange the vocals according to, the way I think they would perfectly best fit. So that's how it's like I'm remixing for a vocalist kind of scenario. So that's how we make, the remixes or the songs or the music to sound, to sound good.
Thank you, brother. I hear you, because I also see that Black Motion does a very good job around those people, you know, putting vocalists onto these songs. So I also have my last question, just in passing, just a light question is, you know, you do music every single time and you travel so much. So like, what do you do on your spare time? Like, you know, because you're all in these different countries. Sometimes you come back. Like, what is your, okay, I'm chilling now. I'm done working for the week or the month or whatever. Yeah, and thank you again. Sure.
Sure. So, I mean, I'm a chill guy. I'm mostly indoors, mostly in my place, like at my place. If I'm not making music, honestly, I'm playing FIFA. If I'm not playing FIFA, I'm making music. If I'm not doing either those, then I'll be on my phone. I'll play chess, um, and do what people usually do. Just go on social media and yeah, that's about it. I'm a very simple guy. I'm not very complicated. I don't go out a lot. I only go out when I have shows, when I have gigs. That's all. So yeah, I'm an indoor kind of guy.
I know. Thanks, man. Nice talking to you. And thank you to the team again. Sure.
Shout out
Sure.
to Descendant of Great People. I think that's amazing. Your name. You don't come across such amazing names on Twitter, but shout out. There's a question on the timeline, and this question says something like, you have a collaboration with Ketla Ket, and you worked on his computer. The question, yes, they want to know, are you still going to release some of the projects perhaps that were left in that computer? I don't know how the person knows that you have music on someone's computer, but is there a collaboration that you have with Ketla Ket that you can share with us, please?
Jesus. First of all, how does this guy know that I've been working on Cat's computer? Damn.
Ay, Martino, que Martino.
Yeah, wow. Okay. No. I used to stay with Cat at some point. So yeah, I used to make songs on his computer because he had like cool third party plugins. So I I don't know if the guy still has the project on his computer. If he still does, I'll check with him. I'll ask him if he still does. Then maybe we can hopefully release those projects. But yeah, no, we'll see. We'll see.
That would be amazing. But let's try him. Maybe he can speak. Martino, can you speak in chat? I'm gonna try you last time. Yeah, nah. The amount of love I have for you, Mara. But it's fine. That's fine. Let's give the mic. Kwala mic, Martin.
Oh, come on. I was trying.
Hey, finally.
Yeah, now you can speak in chat.
I can speak. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah, good evening to you, host, and the co-host, and everyone else. I'm having a bad day. Actually, I'm having a bad time since all night load cheating. But yeah, thanks for reading that question, because I mean, like, I'm a huge fan of the guy that he was living with, very legit. Or what? So, because I wanted to know about the skeletons that he laid. Amazing tracks, Honada. So yeah, it will be amazing if Kaupro like it's back, and I'll check there and I get like is the skeletons still there, still like. But it's been amazing having you, the couple. It's really love having you. And I've heard one of my colleagues that was spanning that. I was like, whoa, okay, cool. But yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
Sure. I appreciate it, Art.
Shout out to Martino. Thank you, Martino. Thank you for coming through. Vivid music love. Vivid music love. Let's share the mic with Sunflower. Sunflower, we need another lady. Yes, we need some sparkles. Sunflower, please. Welcome to Everything House Music, and unmute your mic.
Good evening, everyone. Evening to the honored guest, the couple. Thank you for honoring the invite and being with us tonight. Thank you to the hosts and all the listeners who are here tonight. Guys, I don't have any questions to ask. I'm not a DJ. I'm not a producer. I'm just a consumer of really good music. So I'm just here to give the couple his flowers, to say that, dude, your work is awesome. And yeah, that's all about it. And I hope your path will continue to shine brighter and brighter. And we're here for it. So yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you so much. I truly appreciate that.
Thank you, Sunflower. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for giving flowers back. To the cup. I think that's what we live for in Everything House Music. It's the bridge between the fan and an artist. And Sunflower, I think 2 weeks ago, went to Spring Fiesta. Even met Shio Ban. So thank you so much for coming through. Let's give the mic to Esimud. Welcome again, brother. How are you doing? Welcome to Everything House Music. Please unmute.
Thank you very much, my brother. Yeah, it's really good to be speaking again. So I have a very simple question. Sorry, for Da Capo. Obviously, growing up, listening to you, your sound has gone through quite a lot of changes, and it's really been amazing to hear how that has progressed. And I think oftentimes as producers, we sort of struggle with like self-doubt, in terms of approaching a new sound, because really, like, the creativity is always too much. It's always on another level. We're always pushing boundaries, etc. How do you basically approach that without really trying to lose your audience, but at the same time you're sort of trying to introduce a new sort of sound to your audience?
Sure. So I believe in the fact that, like, music changes, like, with seasons. You know what I mean? And change it's actually needed. I mean, because if I stick to one sound, like, for the rest of of my career, there's gonna be a certain point where it's gonna bore people. That people are gonna get over it. So what I do is I try to add a little bit of like a new element, in the production, but it would still have a little bit of, touch, from, like a little bit of touch element, from my sound. Uh, what I do when I make music, I just, I invest so much time and energy into the song, and I make sure that by the end of, the production, that song sounds solid and perfect to, a different ear that's going to listen to it. So, and trying to stay relevant as much as possible and trying to be versatile as much as possible, that also play like a huge role, in the process of, making music.
Thank you very much, my brother. Just out of interest, very quickly, how long does it actually, like, how much time do you actually spend on a song? I'm just very curious about that.
Sure. So now it would roughly take me about maybe a month to work on a song, but back then it was just quantity. Like quality was, it didn't matter at that time. So it used to take me like 40 minutes to make a song.
Wow. No, thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. Nyabo.
Sure.
Shout out, Timudi. Thanks for coming through, brother. We've got like a couple of minutes left on the space. So I'll read out one of the questions in the suggestion box. Omanando says he notices that sometimes on your production, you always have like 4 or 8 bar simple loop running through out the whole song. He says, do you do that on purpose or is it your signature, Capo? Thank you.
Yeah, I've been doing that like forever, and then it turned out to be my signature. I don't do it on I don't think I do it on purpose, and I've been getting a lot of feedback from other producers. They're like, yo, thank you for that technique, because now we can be able to steal your kicks, we can be able to steal like some elements that you use. And I'm like, ish, okay, the technique is not quite working out for me, but I think it's it's just a part of me. It's just a part of my production, how I approach a song. Yeah, that's that.
Lovely. Let's go straight to Mlindos. Mlindos, aka Mlindos. Can you unmute your mic? Let us hear you.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
Siyakuzwa mfowethu. Please go ahead.
Oh, okay. Hello. I just wanted to ask the couple. There's this song I've been hearing on radio. That remix. Remix. Puzi Chemis. Imbizo. Like I think it's called The Couple's Touch. I think that's the title. I just wanted to know how you got involved in that project, because apparently it was like Gallo's centenary project, and like did you volunteer to be part of that song, to do the remix, or were you assigned to it? And what was the challenges of bringing that remix together?
Sure, T. So, regarding the Imbizo song, that was a project that was put together by Gallo. They chose, I think, about maybe 3 to 4 remixes to remix songs that were part of the Gallo package, and I was luckily part of the remixes that was chosen to do the remix for Imbizo. And the whole process of making the song, for me, it was a bit challenging, because I didn't know how to approach the song. I had 2 ideas. If either I want to take it to like a different like a different feel, like the Afro feel, or am I gonna keep it Candi so that I don't lose a bit of touch, or relevance, with the vocal and the vocal structure. So it was a bit of a stretch for me, but at the end of the day, I managed to put it together, and I fused the best of both worlds, which is Maskandi and a little bit of Afro, and it turned out to work out quite well.
Yeah, it definitely did. Yeah, it was dope. Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
All right, sharp.
Sure, Lindos.
No,
When we start next time, Lindos. Yes, when we start.
sure.
I asked that question when the space
Serious.
started. Yeah. So when we
Oh,
start,
sorry.
but Shara, thanks for coming through.
All right, sharp.
Okay, we've got a few minutes left with our guest, Arrecha Lloyd, and then we'll give the couple the mic so he can give us his last remark, and he can perhaps give us his journey, where we can find him perhaps in the next couple of weeks, regarding music, regarding events. So, Lloyd, please grab your mic and unmute.
Nico, ke bola tabeng ele ya Budula ha ola wa Lethini ola. Wa mmona ke.
Lloyd, can we maybe perhaps talk about that guy on the deep house space? Yeah.
Mara, akere ke ada. I'm going there, so I want to know when is it dropping so that we can, schedule the space. That's what I
Okay.
was gonna ask. Or Damano
Okay.
Dropane.
All right. Tamani is still putting together a project. He was supposed to drop like an EP this year, Mara. I think we still have time. Maybe, hopefully, we'll see. We'll see. If not, this year, maybe early next year. But it's gonna be
Oh,
like a package, like a solid project. Maybe another album or an EP.
okay, cool. O itse ke kgopela ho Damane ne. O bule di DM kwa ena re khone mo sendela dilo ba
All right,
di
sharp.
message.
No,
Yeah, le wena mo ka no bula o tsheng. And okay, last question from the
sure.
thingy, from the timeline. Eugene Rams is asking, please give us your current top 5 tunes across all genres.
Top 5 best tunes across all genres. Okay, that one is gonna
Currently.
need currently, ne? That one is gonna need
Mhm.
me to go on my iTunes. I have a problem. Like, I'm a big fan of my own songs. Can I include some of
It's
my
natural.
material in
It's
there?
natural. You have to. I mean, you are the go-to. I would say la Joe. So makes sense.
Okay, so first song, house music, the Akan by Cairo. That's number 1. There's a song by Ralph Gam and Tortured Souls. It's called Maybe More. Number 2. Still a big fan of Travelers by Kususa and Q-Tonic. It's a remix for The Major. There's a song I did called Walawatu. That's my favorite as well. The Walawatu remix by Kajanin. And lastly, okay. Kendrick Lamar, Auntie's Diaries. I think that's my top 5.
Eugene Rams okwela top 5. Ona le maybe more. Yeah, Rams Ralph Kamale le Tortured Soul. So my last question, Da Capo, is that when you doing a remix, what preparations do you make, and what makes you choose a certain song to remix?
Okay, I have different ways of approaching a remix. Lately, a lot of remixes that I did, it would be that I have a steady beat, like a beat that's like ready, and I would, like a vocal will just go through my head, and I'd be like, oh, I think this vocals would actually suit on this beat. Let me try to put them there and adjust a few things. And that's how actually quite of my few songs came about, like songs with vocals. They came out that way. This is a funny story. Found You by Berita, right? So
Sure.
it's a remix. It's actually a remix. The approach was a remix kind of approach because I worked on top of the vocals. Like I did a song on top of the vocals. It's not that I started a beat and then Berita recorded on the beat.
Eva.
It was the other way around where I had vocals and I worked on the vocals. So there's different ways how I approach music and how I approach songs. I don't have like one technique. I have different techniques that I use.
Yo, that's a first. That's a first. Like Pela Kuta, the producer did. I sent the beat to the vocalist, and then the vocalist sang on the beat. That's the first time Kuta, right? You can actually run a proper beat from scratch just using
Yeah.
the vocals. So usually the couple at the end of the space, right? I think at the beginning, no, at the beginning of the space there was an audio that was playing. Everything was music by Bongani Matlamakul. Did you hear that when the space was starting?
No, I think I based it. I only
Did we lose him, guys?
I think he just muted his mic.
I think we lost him.
Yeah, it looks like it. Shit. Okay, hopefully we can have him back. Just maybe for closing remarks from his side, because now Aaron Avele with him is actually done. But let's try him
he's
again.
back.
Da Capo, are you good? Let me try him again. Mr. Da Capo, are you good to speak? Okay, your mic is unmuted. Okay, I guess it's a network thing. We'll try and gather some angels and some prayers so we can get him back. Perhaps for some last remarks. But Joba Sisovala space soonest. As we always do, we give last remarks on our space. So as we try to get our guest back on, so we can just answer the last couple of questions for us. And yeah, I am Kaba Gemanj. I am Kaba. Martin. No, yeah, network. The Capo Pega, if you can hear me.
Yeah, he's back.
You can speak, brother. We're still here.
Network is going on and off. I don't know what's wrong.
Okay, we can hear you perfectly now.
Back.
I am Kaba, yes. But yeah, load shedding, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's do some last remarks. We'll try and get him back, as I said. Let's do some last remarks. Let's start. Let's see who's here.
Yo.
Da Capo?
Pula?
I think you need to...
I think he can't hear us, but we can hear him.
So what I think he should... Da Capo, please, if you can hear me, please leave the space. Just leave the space, leave Twitter, and then try and come back. Yes, please try and come back. And then we can have some last thoughts from you. Yes, I think that's quite important. We can't let that go. We cannot at all. So, Puga, onka ama last remark regarding vandag space.
Man, nothing big, but just to say thank you to Da Capo. Thank you for taking his time, his busy time, busy schedule to make it here to us, asking all the questions and getting to answer each and every question. That means a lot. To some producers and other artists, they would probably skip some few questions, but he wasn't able to dodge any bullet. He was here. Thank you to you, Voxman. Thank you to you, Lloyd, Miss LP. We thank you guys for this platform. It means a lot, being able to engage with an artist. I mean, on a personal level, it's just too much, guys. To be able to interact and ask questions is just too much. But thank you very, very much. That's just my 2 cents. Thank you to also Khodman Saki once again, Tumelo. He is Da Capo's manager. Thank you to him for him giving us a chance as well. But yeah, that's just it, my guys. Thank you, gents. Nyabong.
Nah, shout out Puga, shout out Puga. We try by all means to bring these people into this platform. Abanye block, but it's fine. It's fine. We move. We move. Let's give the mic to Remolka. Remolka, please give us the last remarks, please.
Yo, sure. Thanks, man, folks. Today it was a quite very special day, and like everything else, music for me is so informative. As one of the shows that whenever we have it on Spaces, you cannot even try to miss one because there's so much information that we don't know about it, and we kept to learn about it. Like the couple spoke about the technique that he used now uh, to make a song. Most of the producers they say no, it doesn't work. But at least today he proved right that it works because I've tried a couple of guys to ask them if I have vocalist and record it, can I send to you? You make a song. Then they decline. They say no, it can't work. But I understand it might not be something that it's a norm to everyone, but it's a gift to a specific person. But it's quite interesting actually. Now that makes the whole sense on why his songs turn out to be the way it is, especially that Pussy Came is his song, because it's quite a tricky song to get end up in being produced into Afro House, but it's quite interesting actually. But thanks guys, thanks Vox, thanks Lloyd, Miss LP, for hosting such a interesting space. I think in terms of the music industry in general, this is quite interesting. Like we really needed such things like this, so we can get in touch with the guys who are inspiring us, then to learn from them and to learn the ins and outs of the industry as a whole. Thanks, man.
Shout out, Remolka. I think one of the things that Black Coffee told us that we can't stop. We shouldn't stop. So yeah, he told us. So that's why we're carrying on and we're being as consistent as we can. Even the likes of Zito Moa. I think Zito Moa has told us something amazing. He told us that we are actually a part of the industry. We are a massive part of the industry. If it wasn't for us fans, perhaps there wouldn't be an industry. So shout out to everyone who's here. Shout out to the fans of the music. Without you, the listeners, we absolutely are nothing. So thank you so much.
Bro, can I steal few minutes of your time, bro? Okay.
A couple, we were doing some last remarks, but you can unmute. Let's see if your mic is working good again.
Sorry, gents. My network is actually terrible now. I don't know if you guys can hear me.
Now we can hear you. You're perfect.
Okay, cool.
So what I'm thinking, the couple, if we can just do our last remarks, some of the speakers, and then if we can just give us more time, and then you can do your last remark, and then we can let you go. Is that fine?
Yeah, sure, definitely.
But can I ask what can I finish what I was gonna ask him, Vox?
Okay,
fine.
Let's give this one to Meg G. Meg G, brother, please give us your last remark. Even though Kanungena, grab your mic.
All I can. I've been here,
Sure.
Baba. I had to run fast to the car with things really show. God take the box. Don't do that. Anyway, Sharp Magents, who's it? Lloyd, Capo, and everybody here. How you guys doing? It was a great session. I'm glad that Capo managed to share some of his work, some of his wisdom on how he's been doing music and how his future plans to the music and the influence that he has to the youngsters that are coming and to everybody that is already there. I'm glad that he managed to get his time and share the wisdom through this space. And thank you so much once again, guys. You know me, we need a live podcast and a video and all that so that we can see everybody. And I am not disputing this, but as Kulen Manje, if it takes us to go to TV, because this is a reality show that deserves to be on Netflix. You know what I mean? So shout out my gents for this, and shout out Lloyd, shout out Voxman, shout out to the listeners, to the music consumers, to the music lovers, to everybody, everything house music. And Takapo, what's up, my boy?
My G, are you nice?
I'm nice, bro. It's been a minute, but you know me, I'm always fresh. Thank you so much, man, for having time for the peeps. I appreciate you, Gondwana. One
That's
love,
what, my
wire,
bro.
wire. What's it, bro?
One love, bro. Sure, sure.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Vox, and everybody away.
Shout out to Make Keys. Make Keys. He's an artist himself. He makes absolutely amazing music. We've had him on the Deep House Space, so you can go through his profile, go through and check out his music. It's amazing. Don't be shy. Don't be shy to even DM. He's got loads of unreleased music too that you can literally go to him and purchase. So please check him out. Thank you to Make Keys. Let's go to C Moody. C Moody, please give us the last remark regarding today's space. Thank you.
Thanks, my brother. Yeah, I mean, I think everybody has pretty much said quite a lot. So, but essentially, I think we definitely have to give Da Capo his flowers. I think he has really proven himself to be literally the best producer out of South Africa, at least in my eyes. So definitely thank you very much to him for just gracing us with his presence and wisdom, as Omek G Keys just said. I think there is a lot to learn, and obviously this is the platform to do that. And yeah, thank you very much. We really appreciate your time. Oh, and I also heard that FKA Mash and Aquatone track, that song is literally yo. I think let me just wait for everybody else to hear it as well. It's a banger, proper.
Shout out to
Shout out,
Simuri.
shout out, brother.
As we wait patiently for FKA Mesh to grace his presence on Everything House Music. But yeah, we're not stopping anytime soon. So hopefully one of these days, Uzovuma, I'll be a guest of Everything House Music. Let's give the mic to Reverend X. Reverend X. Imagine.
Hola machita.
Sure.
Hola. Kolanda kwaNdebele machita. Ngizokhuluma ngesindebele.
Akukrene mfethu, go ahead.
Hey Capo.
Sure, whatever it is.
Yeah, skipani Brian. Yo,
I'm cool, my brother. I know you. I know you from from these spaces, from Twitter.
Yo, Brian. Like now produce music, Brian. Before I'm producer, like I'm listening to your stuff first before I'm producer, bro. Yo, ay. Ane Brian, kubeka nejalo, Brian. Yo, so like yo,
appreciate it, bro.
so Brian, nami ngiyayifuna industry, bro. Yo, ngiyayicela. Yo, like there's a clipping uploadile. Ngasikudala nyana i-Afrotech, so bekusacela amajida mhlawumbe ayi-check-e nyana, maybe angitshele ukuthi ndoda ngcono ukwenza i-CV ufuna isibhani ndoda lento ayisiyakho. So hayi, nawe ngizoyi-appreciate lento le. Hayi, no, hayi bengifuna ukutsho lokho majida kuphela. Phela sengikuthukile unokuthukwa.
Sure, T. I appreciate it. Much love.
Sure, Voxman. Sure, Brian, for the opportunity.
Now, this is what we actually made for people like you. Thanks for coming through and giving us your submission.
So ngicela amajida check i-timeline yami please ngiyacela. Yo.
Akunajive, so check.
Sure, Brian.
Descendants of great people. Last remark, please.
On the spot. I didn't think it would come back to me. Mara kubonga nje bafethu. Thank you very much. By the way, I'm from Swaziland. I used to be a student in in Cyprus, so Da Capo, I just wanted to tell you that you've got love in Cyprus. I don't know if you've been to play there once, but yeah, they really love that song, especially if found you, Perita. So yeah, you've got love all around the world. And yeah, well, if you can fit in your last remarks, Do you still play around South Africa, or are you really like an international DJ via now? Thank you very much, Majita.
Sure, man. Truly appreciated. Yeah, no, man. I still do play around in SA, and I'm gonna do it more often now since we're approaching like the festive season. So there's gonna be quite a few shows that we're gonna be doing all around the country, and some shows that I'm gonna be attending where I'll be booked. So I'm still around. I'm still around. I'm not yet swallowed by like the international market as yet.
No, thanks to Descendants of House. Thanks for coming through and sharing that. Thanks for your submission, brother. Okay, we'll go to Lloyd, and of course we'll end with Miss LP. We have to. Miss Lloyd Incha, Nka Mike, give us a last remark as well as your question. Thank you.
Yeah, no hope what's in them. People try shit, man. So I think before the couple leaves the space, Vox, you need to play that clip, and yaga, So the couple we have this dedication to the space. So each and every producer that actually comes to Everything House Music, siyabacela ra ba kgopela hore ba re shapele remix of that audio. Yeah, but we already have 4 songs. Yeah, we are doing a compilation of that. So if you truly like that, re kgopela hore re bethele yona le wena. E only free. Instead of ro dlale FIFA, bona o ko be joystick le go lo site gore tsa ka pela.
Can we hear? Can we hear?
Yeah, Vox, tumela mo.
Let me introduce this man. I think I'm his biggest fan. I think I have most of his music out there. Remember his name, please. Remember his name. His name is Bongane Mehlomakulu. He's absolutely brilliant.
Everything house music, propelling sounds with meaning, delivering on emotions that lack feeding. Intact, your souls have no peeling. Everything house music, casting spells on unlearned beings, bringing them to the underground. These are grooves that are worthy. House music is where it's at, believe me. Everything house music.
Always hits the spot. Let's give the mic to Da Capo. Da Capo, thoughts?
Okay, no, we'll rock it. Let's do it. Liluki saying the contract, my gents, and then we'll rock it.
Space Gua. Yo, that's that. Yo, he always hits the spot. Shout out to Bongane Mehlomakulu. Miss LP, the amazing Miss LP, the co-host of Everything House Music. I think without her also, I like the fact that we have a corporate in the space who would ask different questions per se to Voxman, who's also a DJ. So, Miss LP, please give us a last remark. Thank you.
It's interesting that you mentioned that because I actually had stated to Vox earlier on that I'm actually working in the background. But as I said, I think musically, yeah, this man has done just so many beautiful things for me that it's also kind of inspired one of the reasons why I actually went into DJing. So once again, I think just thank you. Afrotech is just something else. So Afro House, it's just something else. It really just speaks to the spirit. You spoke about healing. There's so many things that you spoke about. In terms of what I do from a 9 to 5 perspective, without going into too much detail, I work with people, and I believe that that's a certain to a certain degree, rather, I'm actually called to heal people. And I get blessed enough because I do a 9 to 5. And then after hours, I continue to sort of heal people. And I use platforms such as, of course, being a DJ, but more importantly, the medicine that is the music that you guys make to actually heal the people. So thank you so much to your contribution. I really just wish you all the best. I wish God can just bless you with so much more so that we can continue through you to, as again, heal people. People are carrying a lot of issues. People are carrying a lot of problems. Someone spoke earlier on, I think you did, in fact, to say Hey, mina guys, I'm jivey that much, except for when I'm going to go play. And I laughed because I thought there's so much, and I know you didn't mean it in a bad way, but there's so much, I think, sort of negativity around people who actually, and I always laugh and I'm like, guys, without those people, we basically don't have jobs, right? But people are carrying a lot, and what people sometimes do is when they go out, even if it's just for that moment, they want to kind of, in inverted commas, forget what they're going through. So for me, how I see it is not necessarily looking at them and saying, hey guys, in Tandem Jaiva, but rather saying, let's come together, let us heal each other, and we've been given a beautiful gift to be able to do so. So thank you so much once again to your contribution. Thank you to your medicine that once again, as I said, that we would give to the people. And like I said, I cannot say enough about what your music does to me as an individual, and therefore what I'm able to then do to other people. So again, God bless you. You are gifted. And I think also we need to now start also accepting that as much as you're a gift to us, we need to now start more and more sharing you with the world. Because I mean, with the things that you've done in South Africa, just seeing you being, going international, and the things that you're able to do abroad, I continue to pray that you continue to bless other people, I think abroad as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Voxman, also, and again, Buga, for ensuring that we've got this man on this platform. My life personally is completely changed after today. As I said, I'm busy working in the background, but I had to ensure that I'm on the space. Thanks again.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Shout out to Miss LP. Thank you so much. Without you, I don't think it'll be everything house music. So shout out, and thanks to everyone else for joining us. We do this every week. The days of the week are not really specified. So just like next week, on the 25th. On the 25th, yes, it's a Tuesday. Please come and join us with our guest, Lars Berenroth. Yes, Berenroth. I always say him wrong.
Wathoma ke.
Wamtsiba.
Kadi last minute.
Hayi, it's phela Voxman nje. Voxman, Voxman.
Yeah. But from my side, thank you so much, Capo. Thanks for gracing your presence to this platform that we fans we use to give our flowers back to the greats, to artists in the music scene, to artists in the house music scene that we love so much, that we've fallen in love so much over the years. So this is our love back to you, and asking from your side that you keep on flourishing, that you keep on striving and flying the highest flag as possible. It's a pleasure. It's an honor. We're probably going to we're going to ask of you again to come and join us another time. But for today, Sibongile, isiZulu sithi awuqedi ukubonga. So this won't be the last time. I believe we all say thank you to you. So thank you so much for joining us and for gracing your time with us. Now is the time where you can give us your last remark regarding perhaps the platform that we are on, regarding perhaps some journeys that we can look forward to regarding you, regarding your music. Where can we find you? Is there an event perhaps nearby where we can find you? The platform is yours, Capo. Please unmute. Thank you.
Okay, firstly, I want to say thank you so much, you guys, for having me on Everything House Music. It's an honor, and I'm truly, truly grateful to be part of it and share my journey, my music journey, and share my knowledge when it comes to music as well, which is what I believe God's purpose is, to share like knowledge with, God's children. And I'm truly, truly honored. You guys keep pushing and do your thing. Hopefully, I hope this is not the last time we do this. Lloyd, we need to also get the other guy to come, like, and grace us with his presence, just to share, side of his story and everything. Lastly, there's quite a few shows that we have lined up for the festives and for in November as well in South Africa. We're gonna share those on social platforms. So to all the fans, to everybody who would wanna come and share like an experience, a music experience with us, you'll definitely get all the details there. And lastly, we planning me and the team, we're planning like a huge show, which is called Touch the Sun. That's a collaboration between myself and Sun L Musician. The show is going to be on the 3rd of December, if I'm not mistaken, at Altitude. So it's going to be like a 4-hour extended set. So I hope if you guys are like really fans of like house music, you guys could actually come through and let's have fun and share the music and heal the world. And lastly, thank you guys. I appreciate it, and thank you for having me on the show.
Shout out, brother. Shout out. Kimang Nabu. Lloyd, are you good? Anything else from your side?
No, I'm good. Can I have that other guy, reliabilities.
Sharp, I know flop.
Thank you again to everyone. Thanks you for joining us. Thanks for coming through. It's been an honor. It's been a pleasure. Our spaces are up on my YouTube channel. So if you never came to Black Coffee, go to my YouTube channel, type in Voxman. You'll come across the exact same red bucket hat. And the spaces are there, which include the interview we had with Zion, with Heavy K. Yo, you've been doing this thing. So yeah, please check them out on my YouTube channel. And please come join us again next week, Tuesday, with Lars Berenroth. But before then, join us on Friday for the Deep House Space. Cheers, everyone. Let's have a grand, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, and have a wonderful week ahead. Thank you so much.
Everything house music. Propelling sounds with meaning. Delivering on emotions that lack feeding. Intact, your souls have no peeling. Everything house music. Casting spells on unlearned beings. Bringing them to the underground. These are grooves that are worthy. House music is where it's at, believe me. Everything house music.
I know my sim, but it's all house music is believe me. Yes. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much. Cheers. Thank you. That was good.